Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm here with BringItDon, and as with the next few videos, we're going to try and get to know one companion at the beginning of each episode. And afterwards, we're going to talk to Jode Kevkin, who's now here in the trading post. Also, we have this Curse of Feeble Body. I think we got that after our adventure into the swamp, and I'm thinking when we destroyed that idol, it gave it to us. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a potion of remove curse in his inventory. I've been doing a little bit of I only have 2 of them though, and they're expensive. Also, off camera, I sprung for the full plate armor, which I put on my main character because she has enough armor class. Also, thanks to a commenter in the comments section, of course, for pointing out that these, we're not working on her. They don't work on anybody who has any other form of armor. So, half plate, any sort of armor, so it doesn't work on any of these characters. I think it works like mage armor, because I think mage armor doesn't stack with any other armor either. You have to be wearing no armor to use mage armor. I could be mistaken on that. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Anyway, let's get to know Harrim. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention was how abysmal her strength stat is for a fighter. She has a decent charisma. It's higher than the strength, of course, but that's because her lore, she was initially a paladin. So, but yeah, that is an abysmal strength stat. Mom was thinking about removing her tower shield because she's getting that negative or -2 to her attack rolls, and giving her a different shield for now until she gets, because she gets a perk later on, or an ability. Where is it at? Here. It's not until level 5 though. She loses that penalty to her tower shield. I don't know yet, because I really don't need her to attack. Well, maybe I do, because we're struggling in some pretty easy fights. Alright, let's get to know Harrim. Harrim pulls his beard, muttering something that could be either prayers or curses. Upon noticing you, he winces. What? Ah, it's you, Donal. Did I startle you? I'm sorry. Oh no, that doesn't matter. I was contemplating the futility of existence and the worthlessness of the universe. The ways of Grotus are great. My humble mortal mind cannot fully grasp them, but I do what I can. Harrim smiles apologetically. Tell me about your past. My life is divided into 2 parts. The first was filled with blind wandering, doubts, and attempts to serve Torag. The second part began when I accepted Grotus into my soul and received a clear vision of the world. What exactly would you like to know? Where are you from? My life story began in Larad, a city of dwarven clerics and acolytes. They serve Torag and the other dwarven gods, Torag's brothers Angrad and Magrim, Torag's wife Fulgrit, his daughter Bolka, his sons Grundinar, Coles, and Trud, and also Torag's sister Draengvit. Harrim curves his lips in contempt. I wouldn't be surprised if they built a temple to Torag's pet dog. Sorry, I let myself get carried away. Harrim sighs and pulls his beard several times. Larad is the 2nd largest dwarven city in the 5 Kings Mountains. It's built up around numerous temple caverns which serve as places of worship for all the dwarven gods. Many pilgrims from every corner of Golarion come to Larad to pray to their gods. Some remained... Oh my goodness, I can't read today. Some remain to live there. The city is simply imbued with faith. Yeah, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cleric. It's no surprise, inspired by the aura of this city, that I decided as a young boy to dedicate all my efforts to becoming a cleric of Torag. You once tried to serve Torag? Not just tried, it was a burning passion. I craved it by day and dreamt of it at night. Harrim shakes his head as if amazed by his own stupidity. You see, Donal, from my first days, I felt the presence of the god at my back. Heard his whispers and felt his power, though the nature of his power was unclear to me. I thought Torag himself was trying to speak to me, and I did all I could to understand his words. What a naive fool I was. I had no idea that Torag, that uncompromising, conceited god, glamorized by all dwarves, was capable of betrayal. He turned away from me, Donal. He left me in the hour when I put all my hopes in him and desperately needed his support. Torag is the god of craftsmanship, so every follower, especially the clerics, must smith their own suit of armor. The day when this work is finished is like the 2nd birthday for a dwarf. He's newly born in the eyes of Torag. Harrim sighs heavily and falls silent for a time. My 2nd birthday never came. I couldn't make armor, not even a sword, not even a simple nail. My hammer smashed my fingers and fell on my feet. Molten iron burned my hands. The clerics laughed as they healed me. They used to say I was cursed by Torag, so finally I gave up to any attempt to please the betrayer god. Even if Torag really has rejected you, is that enough reason to leave your homeland? You don't know much about dwarves. Harrim lets out a sad sigh. How can a dwarf cursed by Torag go on living in a city where every single soul bows to Torag? I was alone, disgraced, humiliated, insulted. A lone tear glints in the light before sliding down Harrim's cheek and hiding in his beard. I was trying to drown my sorrows in drink, but even the owner of the cheapest pub on the road would laugh at me while I put those mugs in front of me. I couldn't take it any longer. I wanted everything to end. There was one thing that kept me going and prevented me from ending my life. I could still hear that divine whisper behind my back. It was yet faint. It took a long time before I could hear it clearly, but having heard it once, I could never forget it. It was clear that none of Larad's deities favored me, so I left the Five Kings Mountains and went out searching. I didn't think dwarves ever worshipped Grotus. How did you learn about him? Oh, but that blessed day became the beginning of a new life. Alone and abandoned by all, I spent many dull hours in a filthy tavern by the roadside. I don't recall the town, nor even the country. I had no money. In fact, all I had was a hunk of stale bread. I was weary and almost fainting from hunger. And that was the moment when the whisper from my god became more clear. It was like he was calling me. At last, all my sufferings had come to an end. It was a miracle, Dono. And I had paid full price for it with my torments. I couldn't control myself. I walked out of the tavern and straight into the nearest forest. And there I found the ruined temple of Eredin, the lost god. Some figures clad in robes were holding a silent service there, a service to a god I knew nothing of. None minded when I stood beside them. For the first time in my life, I felt myself at home. My new brothers told me they were clerics of Grotus, the god of end times. They were traveling around Golarion, spreading the teachings of Grotus, despite all the persecution, contempt, and misjudgment they received from others. I gladly shared this burden with them, for now I knew those whose voice had whispered to me through all those years. Wait, so you couldn't make a simple nail and you blamed Torag? Are you suggesting that my problem was not a curse, just my own inability to work with metal? Or maybe you're saying that I was just too lazy? Harrim looks into your eyes defiantly, his hands trembling with suppressed rage as he runs his finger over his beard. You're a fool if you think so, an ignorant fool. Have you ever met a dwarf who can't handle a smith's hammer? Even our children craft knives. No, no, no. Torag is the cause of my sufferings. The betrayer god deliberately cursed me, just to make a laughing stock of me. Harrim raises his hand and shakes his fist at someone above. But I won't let myself get angry at you, Dona. You're an ignorant and blind soul, and my aim is to guide you through this dying world that marches towards its end. I will open your eyes or die trying. Grotus will be pleased by either outcome. Let's talk about something else. Let's learn more about dwarves. Most dwarves are self-satisfied, stubborn fools serving Torag. They don't deserve my good attitude. Harrim winces. But you can ask what you want to know. I'll try to answer. Tell me about the Five King Mountains. The Dwarven Kingdom, yes. Well, it's to the south from here. It survived many trials, and there will be more yet to come. Harrim strokes his beard, contemplating. There's no unity among the dwarves, don't all? The Five Kings rule over our people. They sit on the thrones of the 5 greatest cities, and with every passing day it grows harder for them to come to any agreement. The only thing uniting the 5 Kings Mountains is the sky citadel of Highhelm, the great dwarven fortress at the mountain's heart. Have the dwarves always lived on the surface? Oh no. Eons ago, the dwarves... That question seemed very specific, like he already knew the answer. Eons ago, all dwarves lived beneath the surface, and they did rather well, judging by the historic records. They built fortresses befitting noble dwarves, but our restless god Torag sent us a prophecy, the quest for the sky. He ordered all the dwarves to abandon their fortresses and press upwards to show their beards to the sun, as they say. The journey was long and bloody. Many dwarves perished on the way. Others turned back, keeping to their ancient strongholds, eventually to turn into evil Duergar, grey dwarves. But those who survived reached the surface and founded the Sky Citadels, the most glorious cities in Dwarven history. Now tell me about the Sky Citadels. Oh, they are the peaks of creation, glorious cities built by the ancient dwarves who'd finally reached the surface after many hardships, performing the final labor in their quest for the sky on the surface of Golarion. Harrim's eyes glitter with admiration. They are steadfast, tall, magnificent. They are beautiful. The 10 citadels were built by dwarves, but we've managed to keep only a few. The citadels crumbled, and the orcs, sworn enemies of our people, trampled their blessed streets and ruined the gorgeous palaces of the ancient kings. Harrim's eyes grow misty with tears. Those were heavy losses and a disgrace to our people, Dono. Highhelm is the jewel of the citadels that remain. It is located in the heart of the mountains, and the heart of every dwarf. Yes, yes, my heart too. There's a dwarven saying that if an enemy reaches Highhelm, every dwarf from all the corners of the world will come to defend it. Harrim casts a sad glance at you. I'd be there too. but not to help the Citadel defenders. I'd be there to witness the fall of our people with my own eyes and mourn it. I would fall upon the cold stone and raise my final prayer to Grotus. Right, more questions. I'd like to talk about your god, Grotus. You wish to learn about Grotus? Harrim seems surprised and pleased at the same time. Yes, of course, I'll answer anything you ask. What are Grotus's teachings about in a nutshell? Grotus is the end of all that exists, Harrim smiles. He's obviously been waiting for this question. Look around, Donal. What do you see? Look again and realize that everything will be destroyed. Our clothing and our armor will turn to dust, the walls of the palaces will crumble into ruins, the trees will fall, and you and I will die much sooner than that. Grotus is a timeless watcher. He's been locked away by Pharasma, the goddess of rebirth. From her boneyard, he watches over the world, knowing the time for final reaping shall come. He's the bloated moon hanging in the sky. He's the harbinger of the last days. He's the one who will stay when all the others are gone. Pharasma has Grotus locked in her boneyard? So she is stronger than Grotus. Of course she is stronger, for now. Harrim nods with dignity, stroking his beard. Grotus is weaker than Pharasma, and many other gods. I'd be a fool if I tried to claim otherwise. If Grotus were stronger, the end times would already have come, wouldn't they? But the powers of gods fade away. They dissolve slowly, a grain in a century. Grotus collects those grains and waits. He doesn't need to hurry. He knows that his time shall come. Usually clerics can speak with their gods. What does Grotus say to you? What is his will? Harrim shakes his head in resignation. Grotus doesn't speak to his clerics. Actually, Grotus doesn't need any clerics. The dwarf raises his sad eyes to you. He only allows his whisper to be heard, and only by those who are dying to hear them. His words are unclear, but they call to you. His voice comes with the soft rustle of fallen leaves, with the woeful wailing of wind at the mountain pass, with the roar of the raging blizzard, and it calls you to strike out on the road. Onwards, always onwards, over the pass, over the bridge, and further along. Up ahead where the edge of a gray robe flashed, and a candle sputtered for the last time before dying. Onwards, always onwards, until your feet can no longer carry you. Harrim falls silent, submerged in his own thoughts. Thanks for telling me about Grotus. I've learned enough for now. It was interesting to learn about him. No more, no less. Harrim nods in contentment. I'll be glad to talk with you about Grotus any time, Donal. After all, that's why I travel in your company. Have you ever regretted your decision to abandon Torag and start worshipping Grotus instead? Your question might seem offensive, Donal, but I'm not offended. I realize you ask it because you wish to learn more about Grotus. Harrim squeezes his beard in his fists, but in a moment he lets it free again. Torag betrayed me, Donal. All he's ever done was look down with contempt. He said my name more than any other companion. All he's ever done was look down with contempt on all my futile efforts to please him. I crafted armor plates, but they fell apart with a single strike of a fist. I smithed swords, but they broke at the hilt. Torag's priests used to say such failures were the curse of their uncompromising deity. Harrim's fingers grab his beard with such force that it seemed he'll tear a handful of hair out of it. It was Grotus who opened my eyes. He showed me that failure is a manifestation of his will. The end time is near, Donal, and every failure is just another step towards it. Torag's curse is only half the reason for my failure. The other half is the blessing of Grotus, which I have borne from early childhood. Harrim smiles warmly at his thoughts. So the short answer to your question is no. I've never regretted opening my soul to Grotus. From what I've heard, Grotus doesn't spare the minds of his clerics. They all go insane eventually. Is that true? Ha! Who told you that? I'd like to look that slanderer in the eye. Harrim bursts into laughter, but you can't understand what's so funny. You see, Donal, sanity is quite a relative concept, Harrim says as his laughter recedes. Every one of us is certain that he is the sanest creature in the world. Meanwhile, we periodically doubt the sanity of others. So what happens if 2 or 3 people claim that someone else is insane? Does it make it true? Perhaps the accusers have lost their minds themselves. The longer a cleric listens to the whispers of Grotus, the better he comprehends the essence of his designs, and the deeper his understanding becomes. When enlightenment comes, the mind of a cleric ascends to a new level of understanding, which is inaccessible to simpler souls. Is it insanity? This is for you to decide, Donal. My decision was made long ago. When I reach enlightenment, I'll accept it with joy and delight. Honestly, that's just too much. You're a funny dwarf and you have your peculiarities, but to go insane voluntarily, you should give it up before it's too late. Harrim sighs and shakes his head. Can't you understand? That's precisely what I want, for it to be too late. Alright, well, we learned about our pessimistic dwarf. Let's go talk to Jode real quick and see what services he offers. I'm also going to see how long I've been recording. Wow, 15 minutes so far.
How may I serve you?
Let's see. That's about the visions that led you to the Elk Temple.
That's why I'm here.
What do you want from me?
Find the Temple of the Elk. I've pieced together its location from what I can remember of my visions. I have a rough idea of where to look for the sanctuary, somewhere in the North Nar marshes. However, I don't possess the strength to walk this path myself. Do not reject my plea, good traveler, and I'll repay you as best I can. In these dark times, people rarely help each other without compensation. May Erastil forgive us all. But I am sure my healing abilities will be useful to you.
Okay.
How may I serve you?
Tell me about yourself.
What exactly would you like to know? My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the stag god in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jar. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
Alright, I don't normally like, I don't like cutting it, like, not finishing all the dialogue options of the character, but we're 16 minutes in now, and we haven't done anything yet, so let's get on the road. And I checked before I started recording, I still have 75 days until we fail, so plenty of time. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to head towards the Old Sycamore tree, because that was a landmark that stood out for a while. But I also can go to the northwest and look for that burned out shack. Is it this one? Yeah, the abandoned hut. That's the one I need to go to for the, to continue like the Stag Lord's thing. I'm curious. What's all the way down here? Nar Marches. He said north of Nar Marches is where the his temple was. But I'm not gonna do that yet. Let's try the Old Sycamore. Then after that we'll head towards the abandoned hut for the main story progression. But I feel like down here somewhere is where Tartuccio has to be, and I want to get my last companion before I continue the main story. I want to find Jathal. Oh, I forgot, well, I can't really afford to get the remove curse potions. Because they're pretty expensive. Was it 562 gold?
Greetings.
Kesten Garrus. Oh, the former captain of Jamandi Aldori's personal guards nods to you as though you'd seen each other in Restov only yesterday. He limps noticeably, and his clothes are stained with blood, and looks every bit as grim and focused as when you first met. This time you also sense a hint of excitement in his eyes.
I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I have conducted at Lady Jamandi's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Uravetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamandi sends her apologies. Lady Jamandi ordered me to capture Tartuccio. We were following his trail when that damned mist fell. First, we entirely lost our way and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. Alas, nearly all my people were wounded and can go no further. And so I am here asking for your aid. I'll point out on the map where Tartuccio is supposed to be. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. Restov will not forget this favor.
Let's see. Alright, how did Tartuccio manage to fool you?
That sly bastard has caused us no little trouble, that's for sure. When he showed up in Restov and announced he was going to join the expedition, nobody suspected a thing. Yes, a gnome, yes, a sorcerer, but so what? Even after that terrible night, some of my people were willing to bet money on you being the spy. His overconfidence was his downfall. Tartuccio's henchmen, it seems, imagined they could safely meet with Pataxian spies in the town's seedy underbelly. But Restov is the ancestral home of the Eldori, and Lady Jamandi is respected not only by the aristocracy and the common folk, but also by those on the other side of the law. We received a message from the slums. A good friend, who wished to remain anonymous, suggested the Sword Lords take a closer look at a certain guest from Patax. Jamandi immediately sent for me and ordered me to capture the spy, all very quietly, of course. He told us everything, and not only about Tartuccio. I doubt that Iravetti was pleased to hear of his agent's failure. Pataxian spies are much like magpies. They'll grab anything that catches their eye. Information, treasure, artifacts. This time, King Iravetti had a chance to seize the entire Stolen Lands region, and at the Eldori's expense. I'll give you some advice for the future. Be wary of the Pataxian king. He's truly a snake of a man.
Alright, Garrus is the name of a noble house in Brevoy, is it not? You're a noble then?
Used to be. It's only a name now, nothing more. The House Garess are a noble family in Brevoy. They own several mines in the Galushkin Mountains. My father Evan is cousin to Lord Howland Garess, but he's my father no longer. In any case, I brought shame upon my name and was punished accordingly. The family disowned me. I fled to Restov and took up the life of a simple mercenary, until I received an assignment here in the Stolen Lands.
Care to tell me why you're exiled? You've asked me a favor, I'd say you owe me an explanation.
Fair enough. For a Garess, the prosperity of the house and the honor of the name stands above all else, and I was betrothed to a widow from another noble house. This union was of great importance to the family. However, 3 months before the wedding, I met a commoner girl, gentle and pure, and we fell in love. I would have rather died than leave my Tanya, so I decided to break off the engagement with my noble bride. I could never have expected what would follow. My father was furious. I'd set a pointless love affair above the interests of the house. He expelled me from the family and ordered to leave our lands under threat of death. And Tanya, her mother was seriously ill, and she stayed behind to care for her rather than follow me into exile. Thus, I was on my own, disgraced, without a name, and without love.
That's rough.
Don't imagine that I ask for pity. Everyone gets what they deserve.
Well,
Thank you.
let's see. I would know more of House Garess and your homeland.
Well then, ask away.
Tell me the lands you grew up in.
House Garess owns a number of valleys and gorges in the Galushkin Mountains. The landscape makes these places easily defensible, and they're rich in ores and everything else the depths of the earth have to offer. It is a place of rare beauty. When I moved to Restov, I couldn't get used to it for a long time. There was nothing but sky between the roofs. No mountain peaks anywhere in sight.
Tell me of House Garess.
It is an old and renowned family, one of the most influential in Brevoy. A long time ago, the Garess house entered a pact with the dwarven clan of Golka. This proved to be of great benefit to both parties, and they've supplied the ore for our forges ever since. Lord Howland even took the son of the dwarven leader as his ward. Who would have known where this would lead? The same winter that Brevoy lost the Rogarvia dynasty, Howland's only natural son, Bren, went missing in the mountains. Thus, Toval Golka, the Lord's dwarven ward, became heir to House Garess. The lad has it tough, though. Too many believed Howland should have chosen someone of his own blood to be the heir. I would imagine my own father had similar plans for me, but we all know how that went. As you wish.
Alright, well, we exhausted all conversation options with him. I don't know if I'm going to see him again, so... So is he in this area? This is Old Sycamore. He said...
Forwards.
Revealed a different area on the map, outside of the Old Sycamore. If I'm not mistaken, right? It said Pine something. I should have probably just looked at my journal. It would have told me. Nettles Crossing, Thornford. That's the abandoned hut up there. Oh, Pine Patch. Yeah, it's right over here. Well, let's go there and see if we can get our final companion, and then we'll worry about the rest of this jazz.
Would be welcome. My strength fades.
Maybe we should rest real quick. Yeah, +7, -7. -4. Yeah, so +0 is better than a negative. Well, that's fine. Alright, let's go to the Pine Patch. Or I'm assuming we'll get the final companion. We might not. I guess she could still attack us. But I have a feeling that's not how things are going to play out. Alright, let's quick save.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
Their leader speaks in the suspiciously familiar voice of the gnome Tartuccio. Okay, so Dragon, Glory, Dragon. The voices of the kobolds rise in excitement. We know, the mites under the Old Sycamore. They possess the magic treasure, very ancient. Stop deceiving these poor reptiles, Tartuccio.
Who is there? How? Here, you fools, I mean tribesmen. Don't listen to his lies. I shall bring you to glory. Just help me find the relic and stop this trickster.
Alright, so we're gonna have to fight our way through some,
Will prevail. Does it matter?
Alright, let's get our Bless popped, and, I don't need that going right now. And let's see, let's pop this. If I go for the Sentinel, so for you, obviously, keep casting that. Then we'll cast Sleep. Oh, they're all running away. Never mind.
Repent.
There's an imprint on the ground near the empty chest. It looks like another chest the same size recently sat beside this one. Cooking supplies. Haggis. So where is Jathal at during all this? Or Jathal. I don't actually know how to say her name.
My search was not in vain.
There we go. Ancient Rostlandic coin again. I think it's the second one that we have, right? Yeah. So I gotta check all the edges, because that's where... Like, this mushroom might be collectible.
Without a doubt.
Here I am. See.
Come on. There's a sweet spot around here somewhere. There we go.
I will guide us.
That was unnecessarily difficult to gather that mushroom. Alright. Port times 10. Okay, they actually just ran off towards the Old Sycamore. Alright, so I'll probably get the get Jthal at the Old Sycamore, right? I hope so. Well, let's head to the Old Sycamore. Let's see how long I've been recording. Wow, half an hour already. Too much time conversating with my companions. Not enough time questing. Oh well, once I get to know all the companions, it'll be nothing but questing.
What?
Ferocious Trollhound, alright, well.
Repent!
Rage up!
Won't kill me!
I did nothing to her. Oh, I should probably rest
Give the
then.
order.
Let us not hesitate.
We'll rest before we actually go into the Old Sycamore, I think. Alright, well, nothing good. Let's get here. We'll rest when we get in here. I should sell it. I should have 10 rations because I found 5 during the when I camped last. Also, I've been making some characters off camera. It really looks like there's a an Asaran bloodline that would be better suited for Paladin. It gives you charisma and I think strength. Might be Constitution and Charisma. No, I think it's Strength. Yeah, it's Strength and Charisma. I think that'd make for a better Paladin with the racial bonus. What was I doing? Oh yeah, gonna rest. And find a spot too. Alright, can't find a spot too. Let's quick save then. So I'm going in with no heals. Cali Traders, Sons of a Pike, return the relic. Chief Suit Scale. Uh-oh. Coward turn Elic. Alright. Seneschal Vagic. Silly kobold. Go look your relic your dungeon. Look under bed, under table. Haha. Silly kobold have no bed and no table. Search your eggs, you lose relic and blame mites. Accuse queen. Lies. Chief Suit Scale, not silly. The kobold leader shakes his weapon at the insult. Lies. Chief Scale. What? The kobold crier diligently copies the words and gestures of the chief, swinging his weapons. It seems both groups are but a breath away from battle. Such hubris in such small and simple creatures. But are our own monarchs any better? So warlike. It's like a miniature version of the Taldan Imperial Chronicles. Yeah, what's going on here? Little Mite jumps in place. Stranger, you see yes? Silly kobold attack Mite, insult us, our magnificent queen. Lies, Mite thief, steal relic from kobold. We revenge, help us, stranger. I'd hear my companion's advice. Why support either? Do you think they'll ever listen to you? Let us battle these little ones, both groups, and be done with it. It's up to you, but we should remember that living among such creatures could be dangerous. The kobolds and mites are aggressive, poorly organized, and unreliable. It's better to exile them, or not interfere, lest we are entangled in their unworthy deeds. Yeah, you should make peace and search for the relic together. Never, the chief hisses in animal rage. Death to traitors. Night Queen swings her blade. We no retreat. Choose who support, stranger, or enemy us all. I'm just gonna fight them all. Let's free the lands of these dangerous creatures. Protect Queen. Kobold fight. Hold, stranger. I go my shaman Tartuc. Alright, well, let's go.
Stand with me.
Let us strike
We'll start
as
here,
one.
and let's see, go ahead and pop this. She can also cast Sleep just over here. And then we'll just start mowing them down as we go.
Repent. We shall overcome.
Just mowing them down. All this free experience, though. I'm hoping we level up this episode.
Onwards.
We'll see. Oh, there's another one. You can see him over there. Just daggers, some other not so good gear. Alright, well, we'll take it all. Can we rest now? That'd be great.
Your sword is so heavy. Maybe you should carry a smaller weapon and wear more serious armor.
Yeah, right. Why do I need armor? My enemies can barely raise their hands before they fall on the ground. That wouldn't be so easy if I was swinging a toothpick.
Awesome possum. Alright.
Blood for Gorum! Stay behind me.
I think this means some of them aren't wearing armor, right? Oh wow. That's a good chunk of damage there.
Attack.
By one guy. One guy decided... Oh, these 5 people were...
Survive.
Oh, jeez.
I always survive.
Alright, yeah, activate this, I guess, because we're in trouble.
Avenge me.
Oh, wow. Alright, this one bandit is killing my entire party. She has no spells available. What the heck, man?
May I suggest another way to use this spell?
Hit him with some Alchemist Fire, I guess. Oh my goodness. Did we even hit him at all? Good job, Lindsay. Jeez. Alright, rest again? I kind of want to try that again, because we ended up worse for wear by resting. That was ridiculous. I will just rest for a bit. Not long, just...
Armor must be sturdy and heavy. The heavier, the better. And if there's a good shield to add to the armor, then you feel like a whole fortress, not just a fighter.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright. Now, one bandit managed to take a... Man, that's rough.
Without a doubt.
Alright, let's fight the mites. Let's activate this. Let's get Bless pumping. Alright, well, they're fighting each other as well. It makes it a little easier. Alright, well, we gotta take out these shamans. Amiri, let's have you charge this one. And I can charge... Well, sorry, charge this.
These magics should be used in other ways.
So I really need to get close, but sure.
What a waste.
Yeah, these guys need to go down.
Me, Gorum!
Any last wishes?
Alright, start healing, big guy. Hey, we leveled up. Hot dog.
It's up much longer. Let us strike as one. Do not falter.
Ends you. Become as dust.
This is where I step in.
Alright. Bunch of daggers again. Some green quartz. Scroll of Divine Favor. It's a little something something. And a scroll of ear-piercing scream. I mean, climb the hill. We can do that later. I guess this is a dead end over here
Guide us.
due to the fog. But let's level up. Before we do anything else, let's level up. Starting with my main character, of course. Paladin level 3, I get R of Courage. So I'm immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet of me gains +4 morale bonus on saving throws against fear effects. I also get Mercy. At 3rd level and every 3 levels thereafter, a paladin can select 1 Mercy. Each Mercy adds an effect to the paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target also receives the additional effects from all the Mercies possessed by the paladin. It's a very, very good ability. At Divine Health, at 3rd level, a paladin is immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical diseases, including mummy rot. So, hot dog, and I get a feat here. We're gonna keep boosting our persuasion, I think, or religion and knowledge of the world. All right, so I get a feat, and I select my mercy as well. I'm still not set on which weapon I'm going to use yet, so I'm going to avoid going my weapon focus. I might get some combat abilities like power attack. You take a negative -1 penalty to all melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain +2 on all melee damage rolls. See, I don't know if that's what I want. Where's cleave at? Can I even get cleave? Maybe not. Extra lay on hands. 2 additional times per day. You can gain extra lay on hands multiple times. Wow. That might be worth getting. I was thinking about getting power attack. This bonus to damage is increased by 50% if you're making an attack with a two-handed weapon. Oh, when your base attack bonus reaches +4, and I'm at like +8, I think. Every points thereafter. So my bonus damage is increased by 4, but my attack bonus is -2, I think. I don't know if that's worth getting. It might be. So I can get rid of fatigue, shaken, and sickened. I think fatigue would be the best one to get here. It's my characters tend to get fatigued more often than anything else. Yeah, they might get extra lay on hands for now. Or improved initiative. Yeah, let's get that. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's level up Valerie as well. Should be another fighter. And this time she gets armor training. She learns to be more maneuverable while wearing armor. Whenever she's wearing armor, she reduces the armor check by penalty by 1 to a minimum of 0. And increases maximum dexterity bonus allowed by her armor by 1. Every 4 levels thereafter, these bonuses increase by +1 each time to a maximum of -4. Let's see. Fighter can also move at normal speed while wearing medium armor. A 7th level fighter can move at his normal speed while wearing heavy armor. Okay. So maybe it's worth putting her in medium armor for now. I see. Tower Shield training. At 3rd level, Tower Shield Specialist gains armor training as normal. While he employs the Tower Shield, the armor penalty is reduced by 3, and maximum dexterity bonus allowed by the Tower Shield increases by 2. Okay. Pretty good. We'll give her more athletics as Lord Nature. That's good enough for me. Alright, so what do we want to give her? Does she have... No. Vessel shield. Yeah, let's give her this. I'm gonna focus on her shield play. Alright, and next, Amiri. Let's level you up. I'm just gonna give you another level in Barbarian, because now you get Danger Sense. 3rd level, a Barbarian gains +1 bonus on reflex saves to avoid traps, and a +1 dodge bonus to armor class against attacks by traps. These bonuses increase by 1 every 3 level. Yeah. Alright. Well, good. She's better against traps. And let's give her, I guess, athletics. Oh, she gets 4. Alright, I guess mobility. And I want to give her, if she doesn't have power attack, that's what she's getting. But that might not be bad. Extra rage. You rage for 6 additional rounds per day. Or an extra rage power. Ooh. And I feel like power attack is better for her. Well, no, because she already has a crap chance to hit. Oh, extra rage sounds good too. 6 additional turns. I don't know, I need something more consistent. I feel like power attack would be better. Well, she gets +2 bonus on melee roll. Yeah, maybe the extra rage is... I'm split. Yeah, let's do extra rage. Because let's see, what's she using here? I forgot what this was. Reckless Stance. Yeah. That'll do. Alright, Harrim, what do you got? Could be a cleric again. You just get a feat. Or Arcana, because I think you're the only one that has any Arcana knowledge in my party. Alright, what's it get you? What to get you? Extra channel, I think. Straight up. That's what I'm going to get. Or toughness. Toughness is always good. So maybe toughness, and then I can worry about extra channel. Is it just 1 extra channel, or is it... You channel 2 additional times per day, which might also be good. Let's get toughness. Because he's still on the front lines. Alright, Lindsay. So we put Zabard again, because I want Inspire Competence. And let's give you more trickery. Smash device. Perception. Persuasion. Oh wow, she gets a whole bunch of stuff. Sure, we'll give you some stealth. Why not? Alright, feet. What's it give you? Can you get toughness? I feel like it's good on... well, maybe dodge. I'm gonna give her dodge instead. She gets another spell. I can get cause fear. Alright, maybe an AoE damage would be better.
Can you make an epic pose?
Oh crap, well we're already in the
Inspiration
fight. Alright, let's go.
serves you right.
Let's check out my new spell. It's trying to hit my allies, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's lay in hands her.
This won't kill me. I'll survive.
And she's down. Too late.
I always
Do not hold
survive.
back.
No, get up, Amiri. I don't have time to dawdle. Alright, we're gonna call the episode here. I know we didn't get a whole lot done,
Don't hesitate.
Our time has come.
but we leveled up, and I think that's good enough. Really like that full plate armor. Makes my guy look real cool. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna call the episode here. In the next episode, we'll maybe finish this Old Sycamore area. I know there's an area to climb right here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in the next episode.